So a couple things I'm going to check before we start cutting this off. One, I'm going to check that I have scissors. Oh, I have scissors, yay. The other thing is I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of weaving on the ends to make sure that her beads don't fall off as we get going on this. So as a reminder, and you can do this after the fact. So if like Riley, you forgot and it's really not a huge deal. I'll show you in a minute. Let me get this. I don't know where that went. Okay, so to make sure that her beads aren't moving around. Oh, I don't want it. You're gonna just weave over and under.
We can't see your face, but not.
Well, you guys are just problematic, aren't you? You're gonna weave over and under like that, or not, because I forgot to hold the tail out. Some days it's just not my day. Don't go all the way out. Leave a tail that you can tie onto, and then you're gonna go back. And this is just gonna give us a space at the end so her beads don't fall off when we start cutting the strings. So I'm gonna set this down. Let me see if it doesn't. Hey, computer's at 45, keeps your screens on. I'm going to tie this just on the string without tying it too tight. I just put that weaving there, show both cameras there. All right, this string that's on this needle, I don't necessarily need to do anything with it, but I'm gonna hold on to it for just a second because I'm gonna just check to make sure all of her beads have, like, do you guys see how that happened? So I'm just checking to make sure that each one of these beads has that little bump on the end in the right direction, because that's gonna tell me that she was paying attention to what she was doing. So on one side, it's an up and down over the string, and on the other side, it looks kind of like a little diagonal. Can you guys see that? Where it's a teeny tiny dig from this one to this one, from that one to that one. Do you guys see where that is? This camera, can you see that one too? Okay. It's taking a video right now. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. Well, I'm working in 2 spaces at once. This is the one I'm gonna post online. This is the one you can see right now. Oh.
I see.
Sorry.
No.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Sweet.
Would that work for you?
Yes. So
What
I can.
need from you are the swatches that we would need, like approximate colors, and how many we need.
Okay. Right. As soon as O'Day gets back to me on if we can use scaffolding or not, I'll know those
Okay,
answers.
Cool. All right.
So.
And then otherwise, he said tomorrow when he gets off work, I'm going to go over as a customer, and then we can get the pin. And he gives it like a 70% discount. So.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So going together.
That's up to you.
Okay.
Otherwise, I was just going to go over with the swatches with him.
Okay. So I'll go pick up some swatches today after school.
Oh yeah, if you go to Sherwin-Williams, you just grab what you want and then hand those to me, and we'll just be.
Perfect. All right.
Sweet. Okay, that works. I'll go
So-
talk to Denali to figure out the purchase logistics.
You're my hero.
All right.
All right. So this end right here that doesn't have that, so on the same thing. So right now I just tied a knot right there on the end to her string that she had left out. So just the string that you were using already, and you're just gonna go over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under, and out. Over, under, over, under, over, under. I know you can just see my arm, you guys. And you're gonna come back. Well, first you're gonna make sure your needle's still threaded. If it doesn't thread, I just pull a loop. I just make a loop like that. And then I twist it sideways in between my finger and my thumb. And I slide it back on. That's the easiest way for me to get my needle rethreaded. It's my trick. If I'm making you nauseous by moving this camera around, I'm super sorry. So I've gone over, back and under, back and forth. One way each time. And that again, so this is what's gonna help us keep the beads on if we make a mistake later. So while I've got this, I'm gonna just take it to this end and I'm gonna tie it in a knot with the string. The last one that she went in. Now it's kind of hard to see, but there we go. I make this into a little knot. Make it into a little knot again. along. Okay. I'm gonna tie this, I'm gonna cut this pretty far out. So, the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the board over and I'm gonna cut back here. You guys ready? Don't cut unless you're sure. I'm gonna cut in the middle of the board, in the middle of the board. Okay, strings are cut. Okay, panic, just kidding. You're gonna take 2 of the strings, just 2 to begin with. You're gonna flip your board over and just these 2 strings, you're gonna pull these 2 strings off gently. They're loose. Oh my God, they're loose. If you are not good at knot tying, like, so the easiest way I saw is a guy that he made a teardrop loop, maybe, make like a teardrop, and then stick the ends back through the loop. If that's not the kind of knot tyer you are, you don't have to tie them like that, because what happens a lot of times is you get that loop made, and then people tie it tight, and then the knot ends up here. So if you're gonna do this, his suggestion was get it close to the end, and then separate the 2 strings, and pull them, and it makes a knot. And I was like, whoa, what? That's so crazy. So that is the easiest way to make sure the knot hits there. So that, and then what I did is I took both strings and I just put them back up through the slot. And it's what that does, if I do keep the strings on at this end, even when I'm done tying them, it makes sure that I have the right tension when I go to tie these strings. So keeping tension, especially for these bead weavings, is kind of like mission critical for keeping them tied. So I'm gonna pull those 2 off. The other way to tie it, if you're not feeling confident about tying with a loop, is you just make it like you would tie your shoelaces. You just make an X, pull the X, not too tight, make another X, go through the X, ta-da. The thing is, when you do it like that, these strings kind of it's like sitting with your legs open, just relax on the couch, versus sitting with your legs nice and proper. So it'll leave kind of like a little, you guys see that space difference? So that one's tied together in a loop and that one's tied like a knot, okay? So you're gonna do that for all of these. If somehow you have an odd number of threads at the end, which I think I won't have, but if you had 3 strings at the end, you would put 2 strings together and then 1 string on the other side. But I'm gonna pull the loop. I like doing the loop knots. So I make a teardrop around my thumb. I push the ends in. I try to hold that knot close while I pull. And then right before it gets there, pull the strings apart and tighten the knot. Okay? Making sense? Yeah? All right. 2 more on this end. Riley, I'm not gonna do them all, I promise. Well, maybe I will. You're like, please do. You guys can make as many bead weavings as you want. If you need more beads, let me know. Okay, this last one is the string that I had plus the string that I did that little weaving with. Not a big deal, there we go. All right, so this end is tied off. Ta-da, tied off. This end is not a big deal. So what happens, again, 2 strings off at a time. I watched a professional weaver tying his off, and if you made a really wide one, you might want to consider just tying a few in the middle first, and then on the edges. How's it going?
Go get swatches tonight. I go buy paint tomorrow.
You're my hero.
Sweet. Don't forget though.
Okay.
All right, and Janelle is fine with it coming in. Do you want it out of your sundry or out of our common?
Probably common for now.
Okay, cool.
Because we can move sundry over, we can't move common over, right? So yeah.
Okay. Sorry to keep bugging you during your film.
No, it's all good.
So
It'll be a crazy
tomorrow,
YouTube.
and I'll go get them tomorrow, okay? What's that?
Said it'll be a crazy YouTube. All right, so I was distracted right there and I left a little space. I'm sorry, Riley.
It's fine.
She says it's fine. She's gonna be like, blah, 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 teacher, I can't believe you're talking to Rachel.
Oh, that's right. His name's Mr. Ray.
Yeah.
He seems very nice.
He is, he's a much different art teacher than I am. Which is good, because we're different people. What? He designed that horse. He also designed last year's mountains too.
Which horse?
The one on the poster. Yeah.
Oh, that horse.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's quite much better artist than I am.
What?
It's
What's
true.
the yellow foam sign?
There's words on it for a reason.
Never seen a yellow.
There's not. I invented it.
Who made that sunset painting?
You guys have so many questions.
What about the hand?
Did you know that?
Which hand?
You said you didn't like your classroom diet.
I don't. What?
Did you know that a 4-year-old asks on average 200 questions a day?
It's because their brains are bigger than your guys's.
Whoa!
Okay.
That sounds about right.
So,
Are you criticizing us for asking questions?
okay. So now that they're all tied, I'm going to very carefully, gently pull it off the board. Gently.
And quotation marks. Gently.
I'm sorry, YouTube video. You're so far away from the action. I guess I could have zoomed in. My bad. So, you fold your bead weaving in half. And you just determine how long you want the strings. So, Riley, do you want them this short, this short, this short, this short, this short, or long?
What you want?
Have a better plan than Riley.
I would say
Hold all the strings together.
a little bit farther now.
Well, too late now. You gotta be quick, Michael.
Actually,
You
I
can do
want
a
them
diagonal.
longer. Just kidding.
Too late. Make another one. Get some sharper scissors in this. If your scissors are really not sharp, if you hold your string, well, I'll show you that trick in a minute. It's hard when I'm trying to cut with them. Get better scissors. Just kidding. All right, so if you are cutting with super stupid scissors, it is helpful if you hold the string in a loop over the scissors, pull tight on the string, cuts easy. Even with dull scissors. So, but that is the way to tie off a bead weaving.
Don't call
Ta-da!
it-
Is it the same thing for y'all?